Okay, so closing eyes. Three deep breaths. So first one in, glasses off, into your belly, out with a sigh. Ah. Into your belly, out with a deeper sigh. Ah, feel that you're just releasing all your worries. One more big breath in. And sink into the floor or the chair. Keep your eyes closed. I unreservedly dedicate the next 45 minutes to my spiritual growth for my own benefit and the benefit of all those who come near me or even think of me. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Now, the physical component that we're going to do is some self-help chiropractic moves that you can do at home. So obviously it's not as the same as a chiropractor that's manipulating your spine or adjusting you, but these moves are all designed to be things that are heading in that direction for various parts of the spine. But before we do it, we're going to do one breathing exercise, which is alternate nostril breathing, as in breathing this thing. The reason that this breathing exercise, or pranayama it's called, is such a basic one in the traditions that do breathing exercises is because it balances the left side of your body and the right side of your body. So the left side being the right side of the brain, the right side of your body being the left side of your brain. And they're seen as being the masculine and feminine aspects of your being, or the creative, inspired, spiritual, energetic side, and the other side being the practical, rational side. So we need both, of course, to function in an intelligent and inspired way. Now, the two main ways of doing it, we've already done one of them before. The one we've done before is, I'll turn to the side so you can see, it's this thing. So we were going like that. And if you've done Shambhavi Mahamudra, that's the one that we do in Shambhavi Mahamudra. But we're going to do the other main one. The Shambhavi Mahamudra one starts with an out breath, then an in breath, then you change. The one we're going to do does the opposite. So the hand movement for it is your thumb goes on your right nostril. So you're using your right hand. So I'm turning to the side so that it's not confusing because you'll have to mirror me, you see. So your right hand is up. Your thumb goes on your right nostril. The two middle fingers are coming down, and then the other two are staying up. So it looks like this. Or that way, looks like that. So you're using the thumb and this finger. So we're going to be going like this. Now, we start always alternate nostril breathing always starts on the left side. Now we're going to block the right and go in, out, block, and then on the other side, in, out, block, in, out. So all you really have to remember, if you get the hand position muddled up, it doesn't matter, but all you really have to remember is you're breathing in, out, changing, in, out, changing, in, out, changing. So that's what you have to think of, in, out, change. So you can do, I'll say it while we get the hang of it, but then go at your own pace. So block the right, Glasses off, anyone with glasses. And when you're ready, close your eyes. So block the right, breathe in, out on the left, block the left, breathe in, out on the right. Block the right, in, out on the left, block the left. In, out on the right, block the right. In, out on the left, block the left. In, out on the right, block the right. Keep going in your own pace and just remember, in, out, block. In, out, block. In, out, block. And as you're going along, try to make, excuse me, try to make your breath as gentle and calm and slow as you can. So it's not a deep, heavy breathing. It's a gentle, calm in and out. But a lot of the time when you're trying to get your body to relax, it usually does start out a bit heavy. You start out and it sort of seems quite heavy breathing, but you'll notice as you go along, it starts to calm down. And I find, and I think probably a lot of people do, is that it's going along, and then all of a sudden it seems to switch gear and go into a much slower pace. And when it does that, I know, oh, okay, it's done its job. So keep going in, out, change. As you're going along, just be conscious that your spine is straight. Keep going with your breathing, straight spine, and try to get your head even. So don't let your head go down forward, and don't let your head tilt to one side, because most people it will tilt one way or the other. So you're trying to have straight spine, head up, not going down or sideways. So in, out, block, in, out, block. And when you get to your next out breath on your left, you can stop. So your last breath will be out on the left. Okay, very good. And open your eyes. Now, the first lot of self-help chiropractic exercises we're going to do is to increase oxygen to the brain. And it's all to do with this bit of our head. So the bit imagine your spine is coming up into your head and those bits there. So if you stick your fingers in, you can feel it. So this is a very important part for oxygen to the brain, and it often gets blocked. So the first we'll do 3 different exercises for it. The first one is hands are going to be thumbs on that spot, and then fingers are up there, and you're rubbing this back and forth. Try to find the groove where your skull is joining to your spine. And the second one is we're going to lock our hands and put it both sides of so basically down there, and we're just pressing in. So we're sort of pressing along here. And the last one is we're just getting our fingers and moving sideways, back and forth. And while you're doing that, head up and down. Very good. Now we're going to do one for hands. Anyone who has hand issues, that's all right. This is a very good one to keep doing with your hands. And if you can't do it all, you just do what you can do. But it's very good for the nerves that are running into your hands. So we start like this, then we go like that, down, and like that, and come up the same way. And we do this a few times. One more. Very good. Now we're going to go this way and down. When we move our hands and our feet, but most particularly our hands, it's not just our hands that are moving. The nerves that run into our hands and go to our brain actually run the whole way down our body. And our hands are a very central aspect of our body. And when we move them, they have a great impact on the way the rest of our body functions. And that's why for many brilliant dancers, they're often known for beautiful hand movements. Certainly Indian dancers are known for very beautiful hand movements. And then the next one is this. One more. You might find one hand moves better than the other. So the one that doesn't move so well, just give it a bit of help. And the last one is we're just pulling each one. They may or may not crack, but that's all right. Do this twice. And then shake your hands up. And push all the energy away from your hands that you don't want. Okay, now we're going to stand up and we're going to do something to help that part, like so it's not going like this bit. So we need to actually find a wall. I'm going to move the camera around and go here. So here's our wall. You can do it two ways. You can either go an arm's length away, or when you do the exercise, if you find that's a bit far away, you can just go elbows away. So give it a start first, arm's length away from the wall. And then you're leaning into the wall. So your feet don't move. You're leaning into the wall like this. And then you're going to bend into the wall. So you're bending this part of your back. Bending in and look up. If that's a bit far away, just start closer there and bend in that way. So you should feel it right there. If you can get your back to crack, all the better. Okay, and when you're ready, come back again. And we need a chair for this one. This is for shoulders, the back of your shoulders. So sit on your chair, or the ground is fine. You can sit on the ground. Chair might be easier. So cross your arms over so that they're looking like this. Get your right arm and put it on your left leg. So right arm is over left leg like that. And now we're going to do the stretching bit and just twist yourself around. So you're not going down, you're going around like that. Come back up and go to the other side. Get over your knee and then twist around. So try to get your head so that it's looking up to the ceiling if you can. Very good. And come back. Now this one we're going to do on the floor. It's quite a strong stretch. So when you get into it, like don't just throw yourself into it, just get into it. And if it feels a bit hurty, just stay there, but don't push it. Or if you feel you can push it a little bit more and get a better stretch, all the better. It's doing two things. First, it's getting rid of the middle back maladjustments, but also it's getting rid of the lower back maladjustments. So I'll do it sideways. So we're starting off lying on our stomach. Then I'll just show you once and then we'll do it. Lying on our stomach, we're going to do one way, then the other way. So it's like this. You get your left leg and you put it up like that. So you've got one leg straight, one leg like that. First, you're coming up like that. Then you get the left arm, the same arm as the leg you've got bent. You twist under it and you roll this way. That's the bit that you'll find most of a stretch. So let's start on the left side. So lie on your stomach. I'll move back a little bit. I'll just wait for everyone to sort of get comfortable. I can't really see anyone, but that's all right. I'll just keep yelling out. So you're lying like this, so long as you can see me. One leg, your right leg is straight. Your left leg is bent at an angle. And first bit is you're on your elbows here like that. Your hands are down like that. You're just pushing up. You're not pushing up like this. you're pushing up so that this bit of your back is bending. So keep your elbows on the ground and you're pushing up, look forward. And feel like you're pushing your upper spine forward, bending it. Now get your left arm and put it straight out, but don't lie on the ground. And put your right arm through your left arm. And now roll over. The lounge is in the way for me, but really actually you're supposed to have both arms straight. Roll over and you'll feel it in your lower back. So roll as far as you can. And just stay there. And come back to the center. And we're going to do the other side. So your left leg is straight. Your right leg is bent. And you're going to, with your elbows on the floor, you're going to just bend your upper back. Look up. Feel that your upper spine is pushing forward. Now get your right arm straight out. Your left arm goes underneath the right. And you roll over. And both arms are out. And it's giving your lower back a very good spinal twist. And the weight of your arm and your shoulder is pushing it down. Very good, and come back. And just before you jump up, we'll just do a cat-cow to stretch out your back. So you're going, breathing out, going up, breathing in, going down, out, in, out, in, out, in. One last out, out. And when you do in, do a downward dog. Downward dog. So like this, downward dog. Legs straight. Walk your feet into your hands. Hang there for a minute, knees bent. Rock around from side to side. Straighten your knees. And slowly come up. Very good, and come back to your chair. And now one more breathing pranayama before we do our meditation. This one is called, its technical name is Bhramari Pranayama, which it translates as bee breath pranayama. It's a bee breath because of the humming sound that we're going to do. It's a very good pranayama for calming, and especially good if you want to have a calm sleep. I'll just show you how to do it first because you're going to actually block your ears and you won't be able to hear me. So we're going to get our hands and it's going to go this way on our face. So your little fingers are going to be under your mouth. The next finger's there. The next finger's resting on your nose. The next finger's resting on your eyes. And the next one will be in your ears. So when we actually do it, we're going to close our eyes, close our nose with our fingers, close our mouth, and close our ears. Obviously, when we do that, we won't be able to breathe. So what we do is we've got all the fingers in position. We take a breath in and then we block everything. And as we're breathing out, well, you'll have to breathe out either through your nose or your mouth, which you'll open slightly. You're going to make the bee breath or the humming sounds. That'll be actually it'll be your nose that you're breathing out. And then you'll take another breath and do the same thing. So we're going to do this 10 times in your own pace, but because you'll be blocking your ears and closing your eyes, so all your senses will be, all those top senses will be shut off. Do it in your own pace and 10 times. So breathing in, and then when you're blocking everything, do the So just get ready. And if you forget what it is, just open your eyes and look. Big breath in. Block everything and hum out. So 10 times. And when you're finished, open your eyes. Okay, we're going to move on to our meditation. Today, the meditation focus is about being awake and aware, because as a spiritual student and a person that is trying to evolve our being, this is the most fundamental thing that we need to become conscious of, is that we want to wake up, because at a certain point in your evolution, you realize that the vast majority of people, like maybe 98% of people, are not awake and are not conscious. They're going through life just like they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're thinking. They don't know what they're saying. They're just blabbing on. They're just, all sorts of things happen to them. They get sick. They have accidents. They worry all the time. Their fear is enormous. When people look at themselves, their fear is enormous. And at some point in their evolution, everyone will become conscious of this and start to wake up and start to look at this. It won't be this lifetime for everyone, but that is the nature of evolution eventually for everyone. But for all of us that are spiritual students, it is this lifetime we wake up, we become conscious, and we start to learn how to create a life that we want and how to radiate energy that we want, and we become masters of our own destiny. So things that we want to do in our life that are constructive and beneficial for ourselves and for other people, we realize how to create things in a way that's in harmony with life, and then all of life works with us. If we want to create our relationships in a certain way, we learn what elements to bring into our relationships so that they flourish and blossom and are beneficial to ourselves and the people around us. I'm going to read one short bit from the Love Matters book, which is just about waking up. I'll just summarize the first bit. It's about, for most people, the waking up and becoming conscious process is quite gentle and quite slow. But sometimes it can have sort of sudden things that happen that make us much more awake because they're a bit of a shock to the system. For my own self, I made a very big consciousness shift at the age of 22, and that really set the course for the rest of my life. But because it was a rather sudden shift of consciousness, and because I was very young, and I hadn't had previous contact with spiritual teachers who knew about such things, there were certain odd things that I did at that age, which are certainly not necessary to do, but it's just examples of all the funny things that can happen to people when they're changing their view of life. And I just want to read two of them. The first thing that happened to me is that my consciousness I became very quiet. I'll read this. In terms of interaction with other people, once you see the stupidity and randomness of most human interaction, you are not so keen to participate in its merry-go-round nature. I went from being a bubbly, chatty young person to a more introverted, silentish adult. I'm not saying people should do this. This is just what happened to me. In fact, I remember very clearly an ex-boyfriend I had when I went to a social function about 22, so he was an ex-boyfriend by that stage, because I'd gone from being a very bubbly young person to a very quiet young person, he said, he wasn't criticizing it, but he said, oh, well, you're certainly doing the be still and know that I am God thing, because we had been in the same spiritual community. So he felt like, oh, it's some spiritual thing that she's doing. But he said, you really like, it was a Bible reference, be still and know that I'm God. And it always stayed in my mind because I thought, oh, he actually does realize what I'm doing. I'm trying to understand what God is. And if we keep talking, we can't hear God talking. And the other thing that I did is that I went through a stage of speaking very slowly because I realized that people just are blabbing most of the time. I wanted to become very, very particular about whatever came out of my mouth. So I didn't intend this to happen, but every time I spoke, I was extremely conscious of every single word. But because of being young and inefficient in the whole process, it made me speak very slowly. And when we lived in England, so by then I was about 24 or 25 or something, we had a girl that worked for us, an au pair, and she said, she was rather blunt, and she said, you speak very slowly. Can you speak a bit faster? And then after that, I thought, oh, I really must try to speak a bit more normally and not every word so slow. But actually, it just fixed itself up after about a year or so. But I was so quiet at that stage, it didn't really matter anyway. So what we're going to do in our meditation is focus on that, not the stupid things that, they're not stupid, but not the funny things that we can do when we become conscious, but the actually really important things of how vital it is for us to wake up, to know what we're doing, to know what we're saying, to know what we're creating around us, and to be a very active, energetic being in the world that we live in. So we'll close our eyes. And I will just say a little prayer that we're going to see ourselves as being entirely awake and aware. We will be mindful that most of humanity is neither awake nor aware, and most people do not understand that this is even a possibility. But our greatest gift as humans is that we can be conscious and we can live life with awareness. We do have a choice. And what a blessing it is to our life if we can choose consciousness. It is a path to alleviating and getting rid of every problem. And even the problems that come our way, when we're awake and conscious, we become a channel for receiving the right ideas of how to deal with those problems in the most effective way. So we're going to see ourselves being awake and aware in very particular situations. So I want you to imagine yourself at work. So be very conscious that you're at work. You can smell your work environment. You can hear the noise of your work environment. You're actually at work right now. You can see yourself moving around at work. Now, I want you to see yourself on a bad day at work where you're getting upset, you're getting afraid, you're getting flustered, other people are bothering you, other people are doing stupid things that's really setting your nerves on edge. Or you may just become really worried about some work aspect that you feel is not going how you would like, and you can feel the fear creeping up. You can see yourself on a bad day. Now, I want you to wipe that picture away as if you're wiping a blackboard. Wipe that picture away and see yourself in your work environment as being the best that you can imagine yourself as. So the best you can imagine yourself to be, see yourself doing that. See yourself being happy, feeling really well and healthy. You've got no pain in your body. You've slept really well. You're not hungry. Everything's working really well, and see yourself functioning beautifully. So you feel calm, you feel super intelligent, and you can feel yourself drawing towards you the things that will make your work projects go beautifully. Remember, there are many realities around us constantly, many realities around us constantly that are sort of swimming in a soup of that same situation that we're in. So while you're in your work situation, if your energy goes downhill, you just connect to a reality or a version of that work situation that's very poor. But there are many others. There are many much higher than what we can even imagine. That the higher that you can plug into, the more you can make that a real process, a real reality for your work environment. So think of that. Think there are other realities around me that can turn this work situation into something really brilliant and can bring me everything I've imagined and much more. I just need to be an open channel to receive that reality. So let me see it. Let me get on a higher vibrations, because if you're not at a high enough vibration, you can't actually see that reality. You can only see the lower, poorer one. So just see that very clearly and know, I want my vibration to function at a level where I become available to the highest possible reality of this situation that I can imagine, and that will benefit many people, including myself. And now pick one personal situation. So it could be with your loved one, it could be with your family members, your children, could be with your parents, your friends, or just one friend in particular. Pick some personal situation and think of that. And with the one that's come to your mind, just recollect a situation with that person that really was quite poor. It really was not going well. A situation where you felt stressed, or you maybe did or said something regrettable, or just the whole situation was very stressful and you just didn't feel in the best way able to cope with it, and feel that feeling and feel that lower level vibration. Now wipe that clean as if you're wiping it out of your karmic memory, and reform that situation so that it is now functioning from a much higher reality. So as if you've just got unplugged from that one that was really quite poor and replugged into an energetic reality that is much higher. So your energy is much higher. You're able to radiate a much more beautiful, harmonious energy. If there was a problem with the other person, you'll know what to say, or you'll know what not to say. You'll know how to react in a way that de-escalates the situation and helps the other person to themselves get in a better frame of mind. So see yourself doing that. See yourself that it's almost as if you're reaching out and grabbing onto some higher reality and going, no, this is my reality that I want. I want this higher reality that is calm and intelligent and beautiful and gives me a lot of pleasure and a lot of joy. And I can see all the people around me are being happy and responsive, and everyone feels like a flow of creative spirit. And there is a total absence of fear. So make sure that this reality that you're envisaging it has a total absence of fear. And lastly, make sure your spine is straight. Breathe up from the base of your spine and imagine, and breathe out. And as you breathe out, think of a shower of grace coming through your crown and a shower going all down your body. A shower of grace. Breathe up from your spine, out through your head. And then when you breathe down, a shower of grace. Up through your spine. And when you breathe down, a shower of grace. Think of it as silver light coming into your brain, into your heart, spreading through all your nerves, through your emotions, through your intellect, through your body. Breathe up. And a shower of grace. And listen very carefully to the message from the divine reality that you are loved. You are meant to be here. God does never make mistakes. Your life is extremely important to the divine. And even though you can't usually see them, there are many, many helpers and beings around you who are waiting and waiting to help you. You can never, ever be alone. And the beings that are around you are very specific to you, so that the gifts and the talents and the longings that you were born with, that have come with you, that need to be expressed for your happiness and fulfillment, the beings around you are very, very dedicated to the evolution of those talents and those gifts and those loves that you have. So nothing that you love is a mistake. Nothing that you want to do is a mistake. Nothing that you've ever got some idea of. So just tell yourself, there are beings around me that want to help me. I'm going to open myself up every day so I can hear what they're telling me. And I want to be a completely open channel. And above all, just remind yourself, I am deeply and completely loved. I am completely and utterly safe. Nothing can hurt me ever. Remember, nothing ever can hurt you in any way. And I will read our closing prayer. Dedicate your week to being awake and aware. Fill your heart with love. Have love for everyone you come across. and feel that everyone has love for you. If they don't have love for you, it's their problem. At least for you, dear child of God, there is only love. Don't let the shadow of lovelessness fall on you. Feel that you're going out into the world with little lights inside you, the things you love that you can do and that you're interested in. Those little lights will grow more this week and bring happiness to you, your loved ones, and all those you come upon and even think of. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes.